G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. We are here on Forts of all maps. We are back once again. A map that has quickly changed in my mind. It used to be a map that well, I'll be honest, wasn't a fan of, but things have come around. Ladies and gentlemen, spawning in the east corner of the map in the color purple, playing as the Mongols, we've got Divine DFP. And in the west corner of the map in the color yellow, playing as the Japanese, we've got Puppy Paw. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Forts. It is a pleasure to have your company. If you're enjoying this casted content, make sure you leave a like down below. If you know, if I don't remind you, you're not going to do it. So please, thank you. Anyway, let's get to it. We have got ourselves Forts, and looks like today we might be answering the question, what would happen if the Mongols were just a normal civilization? The town center is pretty much where you would expect to see it from a normal civilization. A couple differences. It's a little bit further away from things like your gold, a little bit further from your berries, but slightly closer to the stone. For all intents and purposes, though, this is pretty much a standard spawn coming in for the Mongols. I'm excited. I'm excited because we're going to see Divine DFP on the Mongols, a civilization we've not seen him on in a very long time. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I used to talk a little bit of smack about Divine. I said, you want to know the overpowered civilization? Just check Divine's history. It'll be the civilization that he's playing. I remember a long time ago it was the Mongols that he was playing. He was spamming it like crazy. But he wasn't going for fast Imperial strategies. We've seen him go for fast Imperial strategies a lot recently. So my question is, are we going to see a blend today of fast Imperial plus Mongols? I hope so. It's been done before. I've seen Mongol fast Imperial done before because of the Khaganate Palace. Normally when you're doing a fast Imperial, one of the things that you're looking for in the Imperial Age is an actual bonus that you can make tangible on the field. As an example, the Japanese have got a great bonus in their Taganashima Gunsmith. It allows them to get units out immediately that are important units, big units, the Ozutsu in particular, an incredibly strong unit. It's been nerfed, it's not as strong as it used to be, but you get the picture. It's the exact same with the Khaganate Palace. It allows you to spawn elite units and lots of them. But speaking of elite units, have a look at this. We got double the villager production coming through for Divine. He says, Drongo, I tell you what, you start off with a few less seconds playing as the Mongols because you got to move that town center into position, but he's going to start off with a whole extra villager. I'd be curious to see how he spends this stone. And have a look at this. He's going for an early wheelbarrow technology as well, so it's going to delay the age up, but the age up's still pretty well timed here. I do like this opening coming through from Divine. Let's check in with Puppy Paw, though, because no real surprise, it's going to be the Kura storehouse coming down, but this is not positioned correctly. Now, the reason why he's actually putting it in this position here is simply because it is up against the tree line. The problem is you're actually blocking 3 farms right here. You could technically get away with 2, but this is going to be 3 farms that you're blocking, and that really hurts. Now, I think he should be able to get some farms. Maybe he'll find 1 over here, 1, 2 along the edge here. That's it. And then 1 down here on the corner. So he'll be lucky if he gets 4 farms around this. I think he should get 4 farms around it. He'll be lucky if he gets more than that. I reckon that's it. 4 out of 12. I think is because you've got 3, 3, 3, 3. Yeah, so 4 out of 12. Jeez. It's going to be a tough game. Puppy Paw. All right, good luck to him. Now, when it comes to ranking on the ladder, Puppy Paw currently sitting at about rank number 5. Now, keep in mind, he's got multiple accounts. There's Puppy Paw as well as David Kim, which is also in the top 10 at the moment. So that definitely counts for something. Have a look at this. 13 sheep on the map, about to be 14 sheep behind that scout. Pretty nice. Meanwhile, over on that east side, Divine currently sitting at rank number 10. Actually, rank number 10. I was very impressed when I saw that. I said, wow, like that is incredible. Rank 10, and that's including the Smurfs. So he has been grinding hard, Divine. He's gotten really good over the last year. I'm excited to see how well he's going to develop as a player. We've seen a couple of young guys on the up and coming. Of course, Voldemar, definitely one that you will remember. And Divine, of course, has taken out a couple of big names recently. Will he be able to add Puppy Paw to that list today? That is what we are here to find out. As he now throws down the deer stones, and I think he may... Has he gone into the villages again? It's only 124 stone. I feel like he probably has. How much is he making? 80 stone a minute. So he basically gets a free villager every 90 seconds. That's not too bad when you think about it. 90 seconds, free villager. So he's definitely made a second... Well, we can actually check. He's up by 2 villagers. He has indeed done that. So, there you go. Now, I'll just be honest with you guys. My note, I don't know why I need to be honest about this. I'm getting abused. I'm getting abused in this household. My little son, oh my god, man, he scratched me in the nose. He scratched me a real good one right below the eye, my right eye, and it just stings. Stings real good. We were having a little bit of a fight. You know, I'm trying to teach him to kiss at the moment. I'm like, come on, kiss daddy, and he thinks I'm saying hit daddy, and he just hits me. It's not fun. It's not fun. We're getting there though. We're getting there. Anyway, the age ups are through. Puppy Paw now with the Kura storehouse coming up. He does have this wood line very close to the Kura storehouse, so it will mean he'll be able to fill in a 5th and a 6th farm. He'll have to eat through the stone outcropping, which will give him the 7th, 8th, and 9th, but he will always be missing that 10th, 11th, and 12th. And hello, how you doing? It looks like we've got ourselves a fast castle on the cards. Meanwhile, on the other side of that map, we've got a second TC. Have a look at this. Look at the timing. Keep in mind, this is a wheelbarrow opening coming from Divine DFP, and we've got a very quick second TC. I didn't even Is he going into triple TC? Is that even legal? You don't have walls. How can you defend yourself? I guess we did actually see Crackety here once upon a time do that. He's got 18 vills on wood. This is 100% like a 3T. Man, Divine is just built differently. He is constructed alternatively. We can say that much. Like, that is balls, dude. That is incredible stuff. You're not going to have enough food, though, to actually fund these town centers. Have a look at this. He's only got the 4 vills on food. That's enough for 1 TC, mate. What about his second TC, though? You can't leave them starving. And I think he's realized, oh, he's going to do the 2x. Look at that. He's going to make up for it. He says, Drongo, I don't need to have the second TC producing. That's just there for the good looks. I've got double production in my main TC. Hands in. 12 villagers now on sheep. Needs to find some sheep. Only 2 sheep behind him. We'll have to go into pastures. We see those pastures now coming online around the Uvu. Fortunately, it looks like he's got a fair bit of space back here. Walls are coming up for Puppy Paw. Now, when it comes to Divine, I don't know how much of these walls he's actually seen. We know he has seen the outpost. So when it comes to his response, I would suspect he's probably going to play... What's he going to do? No, he's not even going into 3 TC. It's just going to be 2 TC out of the gates and then into pasture spam. Okay. And I think this is just a consequence of not finding a lot of sheep. He has to go into these pastures because all of the sheep may have been found by somebody else. Now, already we've got the age up coming through. It's going to be the floating gate here for Puppy Paw on the front side of the base. Very exposed, but at the end of the day, it's really not that important if you lose it in the later stages of the game. In the early stages of the game, you don't want to be losing this, but I think he'll be fine. He's got the wall up for now, and I suspect he's probably going to be moving into a stable. It will be the most stable option for him in the castle age. I had to. You can't leave that one on the table. Anyway, let's check in over on that east side, see how Divine is doing, and naturally, he just knows it's going to be the stable. And so you drop the barracks, and this is just such a typical move, because this sets you up for a really strong mid-game, because you've got a whole bunch of spears that are out, and those spears are now going to be complemented really well when you get to Castle Age by crossbows. You push them up, throw down some outposts, mangoes, springalds, sprinkle in a couple of trebuchets. You're loving life. You're loving life. He knows exactly what he's up, though, and I'd love to see this Khan try and get underneath. You can see he's going to pop the Scouting Falcon. Just sees the amount of vills on gold here, and that, to me, is the indication, okay, that's probably going to be Cav. I don't think there's really much chance this is going to be infantry. There it is. Mounted Samurai is in queue. Where's that stable, though? I'm absolutely blind. I am legally blind. Do not at me. Do not comment about my condition. Please. I am very, very aware of it. Oh, Lord. Oh, jeez. Yeah, hate to see it. I wish I was playing for the camera. I promise you I'm not. I'm really just that great of a spectator. It's getting late. It's getting late. What's the time? 10:30 at night. You know, I've been on a new routine lately, but it's Friday night for me here. So I said to my wife, I'm going to stay up a little bit late, do a little bit of casting. Probably made the wrong decision. It's getting a little bit too late. Anyway, second TC's up. Divine thinking about going to Castle Age himself. Plenty of villagers here. We see the upgrades starting to come through. Forestry for him, as well as we've got the Mongol cart upgrade. Superior mobility is on the way. A couple of outposts on the edge of the base just to find a little bit of line of sight, just to get a bit of an idea on where the enemy's up to. There she blow. The Mounted Samurai on the way through. Khan should be able to actually get rid of that first little bit of shield right there. If it's got the bow, doesn't look like it did though. It was focusing down the scout by the looks of it. Meanwhile, towards the top side of that base. More and more mounted samurai on the way through. Now, keep in mind, he does have the option to throw the Yorishiro into the stable, but he's open with a double stable, which naturally leads to the next conclusion, which is going to be, I'm just going to put a Yorishiro into the forge, get myself a little bit of extra income, and of course, throw the forges down on the backside, just so I can make sure that I have got extra positions to be throwing down those Yorishiro. And he'll be looking to get that next Shaolin. It's not a Shaolin monk, is it? What is it? A Shinto priest. He'll make sure he gets that next Shinto priest out collecting relics. First one's already on the way through. Villager falls back, does have that Deer Stones buff. Should be absolutely fine in this situation as the spears look to chase away those mounted samurai, or that mounted samurai, from the gold vein very successfully. Puppy Paw gonna have to head back to the drawing board with that one. The movement speed definitely a little bit fearsome this early on. Or I'd be a little bit fearful. Let's check back in, see how Puppy Paw's doing, as it's a little bit of a build-up that's happening. Barracks gonna be thrown down. Now, naturally, you'd be thinking Honor Geisha. And that's where I'm thinking. I think you go Honor Geisha here. If you go into Samurai, you're going to expose yourself to crossbows. If you go into Honor Geisha, then all of a sudden, you're feeling good, you're looking good, and it is going to be Honor Geisha. So I think this is actually a pretty crisp combo, if I could say that. Crisp like a Granny Smith when you think about it, right? Like, when it comes to... Okay, let's do a quick Apple tier list right here. Granny Smith, S tier, everything else? Well, actually... Oh, I can't be that harsh. Granny Smith, S tier, everything else? A tier. There you go. All right, we'll leave it at that. You know what? Oh, man, we need to do a fruit tier list. You want to know, like, an underrated fruit that people just don't appreciate? Guava. Oh, my God, guava, dude. How many of you guys said guava? I reckon, like, one of you. Maybe two of you said guava. They're like, yes, Drungo, you know the hack. Yeah, the hack? Guava juice. Go to your supermarket, see if they've got guava juice. If they do, buy it. Don't murder your own sheep, DFP. Stop that. Yeah, accidentally misclicked on it. Anyway, spear's coming through. It looks like he's going to put off that little bit of armor as well. Gets himself an extra +2 melee armor. Helps him out a little bit here, but he's not really going to need the help. He's got plenty of spears here. Veterans are going to be coming through shortly. There it is. And a market thrown down in the middle of the base. You know, I looked at this base and I said, you know what this base needs? It needs a market. And he's thrown it down. Fortunately, if he wants to get rid of it, he can move it to the back. Now, keep in mind, there is only the single trade post on this map. I was going to say on this website. I don't. Why would it be a website from there? We haven't been doing any web dev stuff recently. There's no websites. It's not the age, guys. It's just I'm a little bit tired. What time did I wake up this morning? 5:50. You know why? Because my alarm's set for 6 a.m. and I woke up before my alarm. That's how you know you're getting old. Because I never used to do that. I used to sleep in until 1 p.m. Now I'm waking up at 5:50 in the morning. Yeah, I'm one of those bloody people. One of those people that you see and you're like, what are these people doing up this early? It's like, I'm walking the dog. I don't have a dog, but I'm walking the dog. That's what I do. Anyway, let's check back in on Puppy Paw. Sorry, sometimes this brain, it just goes and does its own little thing. Anyway, we've got first Yorishiro, second Yorishiro, third Yorishiro might be coming down here by the looks of it. He's got relics moving towards the backside here. You can see he's got that route going. 3 relics already in his possession. One of them very, very close. In fact, he's left the 2 closest relics for last, which is definitely the right call here. Keep in mind on the other side of the map, Divine. I don't even think he's thrown down religious buildings just yet. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. He's gone for the double blacksmith, the coveted double blacksmith castle age play. Watch out, ladies and gentlemen. It is powerful. You can see he's actually got the double upgrades coming through. This is a man who means business. This is a timing push. Oh, Lord, I didn't even realize. I was making fun of him at first, and now I'm getting all giddy inside. I'm like, oh my God, it's really coming. Spears. Crossbow. Exactly what we would suspect is coming out right now. But look at this on the other side. Odachi. Out of everything, it's Odachi? Why would you go Odachi here? Why would you go Samurais? You're just going to open yourself up to getting absolutely destroyed by the crossbow. And I think that's exactly why this is such a great combo. But you got to remember that there is a trump card here. Indeed. The Honor Geisha is the trump card. The Honor Geisha counters both of these units pretty effectively. Neither of them doing any bonus damage against it. And the Honor Geisha naturally has quite a high damage that gets pumped out. So as long as you've got those upgrades that have come through, +1, +2, +3, because remember, you're playing the Japanese, you're in the castle age, and as long as you've got a Bannerman nearby, which we do, we've got 2 Bannerman nearby, then you're going to be absolutely fine, because there's going to be plenty of damage coming in We just need to make sure we get that last. There we go. There's plus. That's only +2 coming through. All the spears together with the crossbows. Going to be having some horse for dinner tonight. Cleaning house. That's going to be 2 of them down. Mounted samurai getting obliterated there. Plenty of military population coming through now for Divine. Going to be switching it into men-at-arms. Men-at-arms will be effective up against those Honor Geisha. Of course, they've got the extra armor. And the Honor Geisha don't really have a lot of attack. Only got the 9 attack at the moment. That should go up to a total of, if I remember correctly, that should be, I want to say 11? Does it come up to 11 with this upgrade right now? This should be +4. No, it's only +3. Why are these guys only... Isn't this 15%? It is 15%. Well, now that I'm just going to do the math here real quick. 7 + 3. Yeah. Yeah, all right. It's not rounding up yet. Still not rounding up. So, the Honor Geisha have got +1, +2, and +3. Oh, no, they don't. Oh, they've only got +2. Oh, that's why. I was wondering why it's not rounding up, because I remember it being 12. And then I like, had to do the quick math, and I'm like, oh, I don't think that's right. It wasn't right. Drongo wasn't right. Spring on emplacements now. Coming through, but unfortunately, look at the siege here. Ville's going to be on the run. Honor Geisha looking to get on the hunt. Infantry from that north side is coming down, looking to try and box out any transition from this. But remember, there are no walls here, which mean the villagers, unfortunately, will be eaten alive as they run towards the safety of the town center. But have a look at this. Speaking of eaten alive, look at this. Plenty of units looking to repel all that infantry. We're getting ourselves a good little infantry versus infantry game right now. Plenty of units out on that top side for Divine. Keep in mind, he's got a pretty good eco lead going at the moment. Now, one of the big things about going for a fast castle, the same way that Puppy Paw's gone for, is he's got a really good economy early. But he needs to transition into a second TC. He has to. He has to. In fact, it's probably a little bit too far past where he should have been transitioning. And now I'm starting to get a little bit worried because he hasn't done much damage with the Mounted Samurai. In fact, he's quite literally killed 0 workers, which is not something that you want to be having in this kind of matchup. You really want to be getting that pressure on with the Mounted Samurai just to try and get that advantage. But the numbers are going to start to build here. Puppy Paw is building. I'd love to see a mangonel coming out from Puppy Paw. He knows that there's a lot of crossbows out now, so crossbows become very significant. But remember, there's a couple of speed factors here. You've got to remember you're up against the Mongols, which means not only do you have the threat of that whistling arrow ability, no, it is the maneuver arrow. You've also got that Yam network, which is propagating from the outposts. Always need to be keeping careful of that. Now, the armies run back to deal with a couple of Mounted Samurais. Top side, Honor Geisha. Looking for a way through. Not going to find it. Now up to 10 attacks. Still yet to pick up +3, though. He does technically... Does he have enough for it? He's got more than enough for it. It looks like he's saving for a bit of a rainy day. Let's check the income. I need to see what's going on right here. Because, remember, not only does he have 5 relics, he's also got 1 Yorishiro, 2 Yorishiros, 3 Yorishiro, and a 4th Yorishiro that he just doesn't want to put in there. Because if he puts it in, the game is going to end. Because he will have assembled Exodia. And, you know, you want to toy with your opponent before you play that 5th and final card. It's really important. I'll be honest, I never played Magic. I just know that there's 5 cards in Exodia. And if you've got all the 5 cards, you just win. I don't know if it's like the 5th and final card. Sorry if it's not. Anyway. I thought I'd just get real to all my Magic bros out there, because I know that there's a fair bit of there's a fair bit of crossbow. There's a fair bit of crossover between, like, real-time strategy games and Magic. I actually saw there's a guy I know. I'd say he's a friend, but I'll be honest, I've never talked to him before yet. But I reckon we'll become good friends because he's Australian. And naturally, all Australians are good friends with each other. Like, you guys know Larry. Yeah, Larry from the golf. Yeah. Anyway, Pig. And I think he was playing Magic, the Gathering. And he is always into RTS games. We can say that much. You guys will probably know Pig. If you know StarCraft 2, you'll know Pig. But you know what is happening right now? We've got Puppy Paw is getting chased like a pig around. Oh my! He's got some good numbers. Mangoes are out, but it's going to be for Divine of all people. Scouts are out. Why? Why? I guess he doesn't want to spend resources other than food. On a Geisha on the backside, looking to just absolutely clean house. They rinse all of those He should just fight this. He should fight this. This is such a great fight. Just aim move on top of the crossbows and just kill them. That is such a good fight. I don't know why he's not taking it. I guess he's just looking to try and keep his opponent. Yeah, okay, that's what it is. He's looking to try and delay this attack, right? And you got to remember, if you do clean this up, then all of a sudden, where do these units go? They go to the front. Or if all of these units die, then all of a sudden he's a happy camper, isn't he? Now on that backside, look at the Springald emplacements coming up for Divine. He's up 40 workers at the moment, but keep in mind there's a bit of a deficit happening there with that gold generation, and that will continue into the late game, but the villager count is going to start to dwindle. We talked about it earlier. Now you can see he's up to double digits already. He's gone from 0 to 11. That's how quickly he turned up these dials. It went all the way to 11 very, very quickly. Looking to try and get some of these reinforcements. Keep in mind the Onabagation does only have 9 damage at the moment. Still yet to pick up that next upgrade. Come on, Puppy Paw. That's a castle age upgrade. I'm not silly. I know it's a castle age upgrade. Don't even think that you're not going to get it. You got to get it. Neutralizing Sacred Site. You'll love to see it. Get out of here. No, please don't even think about going for a Sacred Victory. I don't want to see the notification. Traction trap. Working down the landmark. This is exactly what we mentioned earlier. We don't care if this landmark dies. We don't care. We've got the 4 Yorishiro. Well, we got the 3 Yorishiro and the 4th... Where's that 4th Yorishiro? Whoa. What? Did you guys hear that? It was like in stereo sound right there. I heard so many voices. Puppy Paw, where's your army? Puppy Paw, where's your army? Oh, Lord, he coming. He is killing every single villager, and Divine is unaware. He is like a... I feel like I'm watching Bananas in Pajamas right now. He is so unaware. Oh, my Lord, he has caught him. But have a look at this, back towards the base. Oh, we got the town center upgrade to the Shogunate Castle of all things now. Going to be looking to defend the life of Puppy Paw. You have come into the farmland, and you have not brought gifts. Unfortunately, my friend, you are not welcome. Mangonels falling back. The Springald got to get shot in the face with the town center. Watch out, you're going to get it, boy. There he goes. Big damage. Springald survives. Lives a little bit longer. Let's see if we can spot him out a bit later. Oh, my Lord, Puppy Paw. He's taken out so many workers. He took out 34 workers. Tell you what, if there's any way to get yourself back into a game, Puppy Paw, congratulations. You found it, my friend. Here I was saying, oh, you're going to get a second town center. Puppy Paw's like, actually, Drongo, you can just kill the enemy villagers and you're fine. And that's exactly right, Puppy Paw. You're 100% on the mark with that one. Impressive stuff. Bagacious on that top side. Looking to try and siege down a prayer tent. No idea what they're trying to do. There's no prayers out here to be had, mate. You're going to need units if you want to win this game. Onabagation going to get cleaned up. Plenty more where that came from. Still no +3. This is going to drive me crazy. He better get +3. Can we check in the other upgrades that he's got? Okay, so he's got double broadaxe. He's got lumber preservation. He doesn't have specialized pick. He does have his 3 wheelbarrow upgrades. There is no horticulture upgrade for the Japanese. So at the moment, he's 0, 2. Town center's at level 3, so we'll give him a 3. 3. And then I don't think he's got ranged attack. Man, look at this. Puppy Paw is everywhere right now. This is my greatest fear. Our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we don't have walls when we're playing against a player who is just doing run-bys constantly. This is scary. This is not good right now for Divine. He's going to have to lift. You know, we talked about him being top 10. Being a pretty good player. He's competent. We'll say that much. I'll even go to the extent of saying he's good. He's a good player. Is he going to be able to hold, though? Up against this pressure from Puppy Paws. He's looking like he's actually pushing it back. Have a look at this. All the pressure has been alleviated from the sides. He's managed to call the right amount of units to each position. Trebuchet will go down. A couple bit more siege up here. He could take it out. The Onabagation looking to try and cover. A single spearman just sitting. Oh, he's grouped them all together. Look at this amateur hour right now with Puppy Paw. You hate to see it. Mango's going to turn around. Plenty of units back here. We enter into the cinematic mode. It's time to determine who the victor will be. The Mangonel survives. Looks towards the top side. Boom, baby. A little bit of damage on the crossbows. Micros are back. 2 Springals on the back as well. Onabagation getting eaten alive, though. Have a look at this. The men-at-arms tanking it up, and the men-at-arms providing that beautiful shield for those crossbows on the back, and the numbers are looking very, very good at the moment for Divine. Needs to be very careful right now of siege. I don't know where that 4th Yorishiro went, but I hope it was the Siege Workshop. It was exactly where it needs to be, and I'm so glad to see it here. This is one of the things I love talking up in the mid-game. This is the biggest advantage you get on the defensive as Japanese. You can call siege from anywhere. Okay, I'm going to paint a picture in your head right now. You know what? I'm not going to do it because it was absolutely disgusting, and I realize that not all of us have got the same ability to cope with things that are pretty gross. He's shitting out siege. He is quite literally shitting out siege. Sorry. Okay, professional, Drongo, professional. We're professional. A lot of town centers coming up. Not just the one, not just the two, not just the three, but he's gone for a 4th town center. That's a lot of town centers. That's more than what you typically see. Average town centers, I'd say, is probably slightly higher than 1, maybe around 1.3, 1.4. So to see 4 in a game from one player, that's quite a lot. Springalds on Springalds. Remember, in the late game, the Mongols will win this Springled war. So ideally, Puppy Paw tries to keep it, or at least keep his opponent in the Castle Age. Because if this does go Imperial, the Mongols have a significant advantage, especially in the current meta, with Siege being so powerful. Landmark has gone down. It's going to be that floating gate. Remember, the floating gate not going to be as important now. But this is a big but Imperial Age has changed the strength of a lot of these landmarks, or at least for the Japanese in particular. They do now have access to 2 extra Yorishiro, so hopefully he gets those back as he gets up to the age up, as he gets up to the Imperial Age. More villagers going to go down, but look at this. Divine don't care. He's a honey badger right now. He's got 4 town centers. He's pumping. Double Mango Khan goes down somewhere on the map. It's in the back of the base. I think it might be. I hear voices calling out. They're saying Drongo in the back of the base. There's raids everywhere. Guys, I'm sorry. There's raids everywhere. What do you expect from me? 45 workers already lost this game. Look at the men-at-arms. They are just beasts. Absolutely. And then as soon as the Honor Brigade get to the back, just sliced and spliced. Spliced? What is spliced? Sprite. I'm thinking of Sprite, not the drink. Like something you use in a video game, like a Sprite, a video game Sprite. Splice is an ice cream, Drongo. You used to have those with your sister when you were 8 years old. Oh yeah, thank you. There you go, Splice. Look it up, Google it if you don't believe me. It's an ice cream. I'm a real ice cream. It's a real ice cream. I promise you that. Puppy Paw on the defensive. At the same time, looking to aggress. He's finding many different ways that he can be annoying. The Onabagation are doing a really good job of it. I'll be real with you. But my one fear that I'm kind of noticing here, the crossbows are doing pretty well. Like, he's maintaining a solid mass of crossbows. Could we potentially see a mixed in horseman? I would love to see just horsemen mixed in. Kind of force your opponent to make some spears, and then that way you get better trades with them. We do now start to see samurai coming in. I don't know if I agree with this. Samurai are good, but I think with crossbow men-at-arms will beat samurai. I think I'm not 100% sure, but 99% sure they will win. But now we've got that beautiful message on our screen. There ain't no getting rid of it. Just put it. You know, when I have my wedding, I'm gonna put that up. Just that'll be on all the photos. You'll see him double mango. Goes a little bit wide. He's got the triple now. Looks to find a connection on the men-at-arms. Comes up short. Good movement speed. Big shot down the middle. Still once again going to come up short. Town Center will go down here. Down to 3 Town Centers. You hate to see it. A man with 4 TCs. It's like taxing the billionaires, isn't it? We just shouldn't do it, should we, guys? No. You know, I'm just a temporarily embarrassed billionaire. That's what you got to understand, right? Like, I'm not a billionaire yet, guys. We can't be taxing them. Because I'm going to be one day, right? That's what we all think. Anyway, Mango's under pressure. He's just going to take a couple shots to the face. Immediately turns to the Springled. He's like, stop. And just eviscerates the Mango. Or rather, eviscerates the Springled. But now on the backside, the armor comes up from the Khan. The Mangoes have been a little bit preoccupied fighting up against the Springleds. Beautiful splits coming in. Have a look at this gymnast. His name's Divine, and he's got a divine plan. Ain't no room for prayer, baby, because he has got plenty of units. Look at this. The men-at-arms crossbow combo absolutely wombos down the Japanese position. He doesn't even need Imperial at this stage. Horsemen, could have they made the difference? There's a part of me that just thinks probably not. This is a lot of units. Even if you've got, say, 15, 20 horsemen and you come crush the back here, where do you go from there? I mean, the Onabagation at the front, the horsemen at the back, maybe some samurais mixed in, but even then it kind of feels a little bit weird. I don't know if that's the right call, Drongo. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. Landmark still down here. He's going to start pushing up. Needs to throw down more outposts. Doing the right thing. Look how many villagers he's bringing. I just want to compliment him on this. We see so many Mongol players not bringing those villagers up to put down the outposts. It's really, really important. Sacred Site is neutralized on the south side. Lovely to see. Hopefully we don't get to see those messages for at least another 20 seconds. You guys know what I'm talking about. Men-at-Arms crossbow is going to fall back for the moment. Resources are building. He's going to be able to click Imperial any second. I doubt it's going to be the Khaganate Palace. He's got more than an economy right now. It's going to be the White Stupa, as we would suspect. Whew. Have a look at this. You got... Hey, anybody want some sheep? Anyone in the mood for... Is it mutton? I'm going to say mutton. Anyone in the mood for some mutton? Yeah, me please, Johnny. There you go. You know, I read a comment on YouTube. It said, Drongo, if every cast of yours is cursed, then it's not a cursed cast. It's just Drongo. You're the curse. And I had a long, hard think about that. And I said to myself, you know what? Maybe that's the case. Maybe I'm getting like slightly more unhinged the older I get. Perhaps that could be the case. But as Divine reaches Imperial... Oh my lord, he's thrown down the Castle of the Crow? Why though? Why though? The trader's going to come from here. You're just going to lose. The trader's going to... Puppy Paw, don't throw this game. Puppy Paw, we have seen defensive masterpieces before. You can do this. Look at the Bagasha go, man. Like, you can win this game. Don't throw it right now with this silly landmark. On this map, you've got one option, and I can shut it down really easily. As soon as I see the Castle of the Crow, I know exactly where your treasure caravan is coming from. There's only one spot it can come from. You hate to see it. Now these Springalds, unfortunately, they turn around and they just get eaten alive. On a Bagasha, look at Puppy Paw go. He is trying his hardest to take down that villager count. Keep in mind, he's got a number of factors that are pushing his economy up. Number one, those relics. Number two, those Yorishiro. He's got 3 in the bag. And now that he's Imperial Age, he'll be able to restore this landmark and will look to get in an additional 2 Yorishiro, which will push him up a further 150 gold a minute. Very nice. Bango, together with the Castle of the Crow. We gotta get a picture. We gotta get a picture, because this landmark undoubtedly is going to be a mistake. I can almost guarantee you. Is this one going on the thumbnail? What do we call it? The landmark that never was? The landmark that shouldn't be? The landmark that you should never make? One of those. It's going to be one of those, because I tell you what, the treasure caravan has been murdered. There's no surprise. 2,000 resources immediately down the drain. And this wasn't even close. Like, the non-existent Springled emplacement on this tower sneezed and killed this poor little treasure caravan. So don't think for a second it was, oh my lord, that... Did anybody want some outposts for breakfast? No, we're having mutton, Steve. I thought we told you. Sorry. All right. Elite upgrades yet to be seen for these Honor Bagasha. Katana Bannermen, they don't get elite upgrades. Samurai yet to get theirs either. But the elite men-at-arms are through, and that's when it starts to get scary, because you got +3 melee armor. Crossbows have got their elite upgrades. Divine DFP. I tell you what, if I was a good player, I would be Divine DFP. He just plays such a solid game. He's really greedy, but at the same time, he's good. We said that about him. I think that's the 3rd time I've said that he's good. And I'm going to say that right now. Divine, you're good. But I can't help but feel like you may have lost this game if it weren't for Puppy Paw and this silly decision. Why did he go for this landmark? This decision puzzles me. I just don't understand it. You got to remember, so the way that the treasure caravan works. So the Castle of the Crow, it's cool. It's a castle, right? We like castles. You know what else we like? Treasure caravans, which spawn at a neutral trading post. The only issue is there's only one trading post and your opponent's got complete coverage on it. There ain't no chance it's coming through. It spawns once every 4 minutes. It's got another 200 seconds to go. How crazy to think you're gambling on 2,000 resources. Just going the way of the dodo like that. More units up towards the top side. Looking to control the gold. He is aware of the step redoubt in this northern position. And now we've got the outposts with the upgrades. Cannon emplacement has come through. He's going to focus it down immediately. Needs to look for Pax Mongolica. Mongolica? Mongolica! I got it. Mongolica. I got to be careful with how I pronounce that. That didn't sound good. Mongolica. We'll call it Mongolica. Pax Mongolica. Upgrades coming through. There they are. Aren't they beautiful? They're beautiful little towers, aren't they? They're really quite nice. They look like Chinese towers, but just not as cool. Not as hefty, not as strong, not as beefy. I think all of those words are appropriate. Is appropriate. Are appropriate. Come on, Drongo. First language. First language is English, for those wondering. if you hadn't already guessed. Second language, Italian. Bonjour. Anyway, let's check in over with... That's a joke. That's a joke. Don't comment. I know you want to. I know it's Spanish. Calm down. Uvu is depleted. Did I get you? I probably got you. That's triggered a couple of French people. They're like, Drongo, what you don't understand. That was my worst French accent. Now just wait for the best one. Have a look at this. Puppy Paw. On the defensive, Elite on Bagacia still yet to get those upgrades. Please don't tell me he still doesn't have those upgrades. Stop it. Stop it, Puppy Paw. You're meant to be one of the best players in the world right now when you're putting this game to shame. You're putting your name to... No, not really. He's a good player. He's doing well. He's trying to stick it in, but have a look at this population difference. You're talking about a difference now of 70. The economy has grown. The military has outgrown, and the tech advantage feels significant. Was that... Did he just blow himself up? I feel like the Castle of the Crow just shot at himself. I'm pretty sure that's what we just witnessed. Top side. Still only infantry coming out from Puppy Paw. He's looking to move into a whole bunch of samurais, but remember, it's just going to be crossbow together with men-at-arms, and that's all he needs. Able to steamroll over the Japanese player with only crossbow men-at-arms. If you're playing in your games against the Japanese, crossbow men-at-arms, remember that, because that is what's going to carry you to victory. He's mixing in a couple spears as well. Seems to be all he needs. A little bit of defense as well, helping out on that south side. You can see that Puppy Paw is trying to distract him. He's just not buying it. He's like, I don't need to worry about it. Literally fighting underneath this landmark, he doesn't care. You know why? It doesn't have AoE. It doesn't have the cannon emplacement. Speaking of AoE, 46 seconds to go for the caravan, guys. Are you excited? I'm excited. And you want to know who's a little bit more excited? I think Puppy Paw, because I think he's about to finish this game. It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Divine DFP with a pretty big upset today, taking out Puppy Paw, one of the best players in the world. So congratulations go over to Divine. Guys, make sure you go check them out. I'm going to leave a link in the description of where you can go watch these guys live over on Twitch. So go say good day from me, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.